Hey, what's up, YouTube? JD here to come hang out with you, talk about a couple of recent things that are going on in the news. As you're all aware of, we had an incident, neighborhood watch guy got overzealous, killed a young boy, um, and he's still walking free. Now, I don't understand the situation fully. All I understand is that a neighborhood watch guy has no authority to kill anyone for any reason. Um, I don't understand how it is that he's still free, why he hasn't been arrested. I know that in this country, you kill somebody, they charge you with murder, unless there's extenuating circumstances. But in this situation, there is no extenuating circumstances. This guy took it upon himself to follow and interrogate someone after he was specifically told not to. He proceeded then to have some kind of altercation with the young man, and then he shot him. Now, there's more and more information coming out, 911 calls, but the bottom line is this guy is dead wrong. He needs to be arrested. He needs to be put in jail. He needs to be convicted of murder, not manslaughter, not self-defense, murder. A 17-year-old boy had Skittles and an iced tea, and he died for that. I mean, first of all, your neighborhood watch, you're not private security, you're not a compound police or special police or a police officer, you're neighborhood watch. That means you're just a nosy neighbor. You have no authority other than to report things that you see. So one, he violated that. Two, police dispatch specifically told him not to follow this guy. He told him to leave him alone, that the police would take care of it. But he proceeded to do so anyway. Strike two. Third thing is why did this guy have a gun? Why? Your neighborhood watch. Why do you have a loaded weapon on you? There was no reason for him to have a loaded weapon, or a reason for him to use it. So he should have a felony discharge of a weapon. 4. This is a 17-year-old kid. What could he have possibly have done to deserve this? You know, other people are making jokes or, trying to say, what, is he going to hit him with a bag of Skittles or spray some iced tea on him? Yeah, kind of funny, but not really. This kid was just walking home, and now he's dead. Is it that way with all neighborhood watches now? You can't even walk through the neighborhood without dying? I mean, what the hell is going on here? This had to be a pure case of racism. This has had to be a hate crime. He stereotyped this kid, he started an altercation, and he killed him. And he tried to claim self-defense. Bullshit. There is no reason for this. This guy needs to be convicted. He needs to be thrown in jail. It's not okay for neighborhood watch to overstep their boundaries. It's not okay to stereotype people anymore. If I was neighborhood watch and I was going to confront somebody, first thing you want to do is introduce yourself. You want to keep it civil. You want to verify who they are and where they're headed. And then you leave it at that. You may pick up the phone, contact, whatever house it is and verify it. Then if for some reason it doesn't check out, you contact the police and they handle it. That's what you're supposed to do. You don't go after these people. You leave them the hell alone, let the police handle it. So, I don't know how you feel about it out there, but I'm pretty pissed off about the situation. And I think it's taking too long for the police to react. It needs to be taken care of immediately. Whatever your feelings are, please leave suggestions about what you think should happen at the bottom. Leave your feelings at the bottom. I appreciate reading them. The next thing I want to talk about is the soldier from Afghanistan. Now, there's two ways of looking at this. For one, he's a psycho son of a bitch that just likes to kill people. Or two, he's a soldier who is suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder, and he never should have been back in the field. I've seen several videos now where they've talked about, some people that join the military are psychos. They're there simply because they want to kill people. They want to use those weapons. They want to feel that power. But is this guy one of those for real? Do we know this? I mean, we need a full investigation. If this guy is suffering from post-traumatic stress, that means that the United States government is at fault for this whole thing. He did 3 tours in Iraq, and this was his 4th tour in a war zone, basically. Was he really fit for duty? Should he have been over there? You know, our government keeps sending these soldiers to war. They keep sending them into hostile situations. But are they giving them the proper mental, therapy and the proper guidance that they need? Are they debriefing them properly? Are they really taking accountability for the mental welfare of our soldiers? Either way, this guy is wrong. He's guilty as hell. And was it just him? They need to find out, because a lot of eyewitnesses are saying there was more than one soldier involved. If that's the case, then we need a complete workup. Were all 4 guys drunk and just went on a killing spree for no reason? Was this guy drunk and by himself went on a killing spree? Did he have a flashback and black out and just start killing people? I mean, we need to find out what happened before we judge this guy. He has a clean military record. He has no history that has been reported of any mental illness. But if you're a soldier at war and your command isn't taking care of you, and if they're not doing the proper, the proper workup, then you could slip through the cracks. There's been numerous counts in the past of veterans and soldiers just snapping because of stress, because of what they've seen in war, because of what they lived through. One minute they're fine, the next minute, boom, explosive rage disorder caused by a flashback or a blackout or a sense of needing to defend themselves. This guy could have blacked out and just thought he was defending himself and didn't know what he was doing. But until we do a full workup, we're not going to know. And the government needs to be investigated. This whole thing needs to be looked at from a different standpoint. If this guy was already done 3 tours in duty, he probably wasn't fit to go back, and he shouldn't have been sent over. His command needs to be looked at. His psych evaluations need to be looked at. There's no excuse for murder, but in this situation, we need to know why. Was this something that could happen again with a different soldier because their command isn't following up? This is not uncommon in war. It's not uncommon in life for people to just snap from stress. Or the other case is he just liked to kill people. But we won't know until the final reports are done, and the government's going to hide as much as they can, as usual. So I don't know how you feel about it out there. I don't know what your thoughts are. But I feel like this guy needs to have a full trial with a good defense. I think his command needs to be brought under investigation. And I think his unit overseas need to be brought into investigation. Leave your comments at the bottom. Tell me what you think about this and how you feel about our soldiers doing more than 1 tour in a hostile zone. Do we need to limit it? Do we need to fix it? Do we need to have a certain amount of time between tours to make sure that they're mentally stable and mentally healthy to go back into a war zone? I think we do. I think our soldiers are being asked too much and not being compensated enough or given enough time off to recruit. I understand we're at war, but a person's brain and emotional stability can only take so much. Especially when you see your friends, your brothers and sisters in the military dying from explosions and gunshots and whatever else they're experiencing in that situation. There's so much that needs to be taken into consideration, so much we need to look at. The government needs to get off their ass and start taking some responsibility for this. Alright, YouTube, leave your comments at the bottom. Tell me how you feel about the way the military is being treated and about the amount of tours they're having to serve. I know to me it needs to be limited. They need to fix it. And this guy needs a full workup before he goes to trial to find out what happened. And I think the government needs to be honest about it this time and not hide it. We need to know what happened so we know not to judge this guy right or wrong. Alright guys, hopefully I'll hear from you, and hopefully I'll see you next week. Peace.